So, what do you think about Mr. Smith? You mean our boss? He's a good person. Really? You think so? He's a good man, but our manager is bad. Manager? Ah, Mr. Brown? Yes, he's bad to his employees. They are good people. So, you don't like him? No, he's a bad person. He's never good to anyone. But his employees are very good. He's very, very bad, but he has very good employees. And they are good, but he's very bad.
Good, bad, good, bad. Can he use any other adjectives to describe people?
Hello, my name is Maddie from POC English. And in this lesson, we're going to learn some advanced alternatives to simple personality adjectives. Let's begin this lesson by talking about negative personality adjectives. The first personality adjective is angry. Angry. You know who an angry person is? Somebody who's eager to fight or yell or shout, scream. For example, our manager is an angry man. But instead of angry, what else can you say? You can say belligerent. Belligerent, pay attention to the pronunciation. Belligerent is someone who's willing to fight, to shout, to scream. For example, Liverpool fans were so belligerent after their team lost the final game. They were belligerent. They were angry and willing to fight. Another adjective you can use instead of angry is aggressive. Aggressive. Aggressive is someone with a bad and angry manner. That person is aggressive. For example, if I criticize him, he gets aggressive and starts shouting. If I criticize him and say, "Hey, why did you do that?" he gets aggressive. Why are you talking to me like that? You have no right to tell me what to do. Aggressive. And another adjective you can use is hostile. Hostile is the American pronunciation. British people call it hostile. Hostile, hostile. Both of them are correct. But what does it mean? Hostile or hostile means unfriendly. It can be used to talk about a person, a place, a situation, or a nation. For example, the teacher took a hostile manner toward his students. The teacher took a hostile manner, an unfriendly and aggressive manner. Hostile. Okay, enough with angry. The next adjective we're going to talk about is selfish, which is again bad. Someone who's selfish always thinks about himself or herself. Doesn't pay attention to other people. It's all about me. I'm selfish. Only me. I think about myself. I talk about myself. I care about myself. And I don't care about anyone else. I'm selfish. But instead of selfish, I can use self-centered. A self-centered person is a selfish person. A person who thinks he or she is at the center of the universe. He or she is self-centered. For example, rich people in my country are so self-centered. They are only concerned about their own needs. They are only concerned about their own needs. They only think about themselves. They don't care about other people. They are self-centered. Another similar adjective is egoistic or egotistic. Both of them are correct. Egoistic, egotistic. What does it mean? An egoistic or an egotistic person thinks he or she is better than everyone else. I'm better than you, so I should have everything, and you have no rights. I am egotistic or egoistic. For example, during the vacation, John was so egotistic. He always wanted to stay in the best room and eat most of the food we had. He was so egotistic. He thought he's better than everyone else, so he should have the best things. The next negative adjective is stingy. Now, stingy is someone who doesn't like spending money. How much is that? Oh, $1. No, that guy is selling it for 99 cents. I'm not buying from you. That person is stingy just because it's more expensive by 1 cent. For example, I have a very stingy grandpa. He is rich, but he doesn't give any money to anyone else. And he doesn't buy anything for himself either. Now, instead of stingy, you can say tight-fisted. Tight-fisted. Now, this is fist, right? Now, if your fist is tight, nothing can come out of it. Tight-fisted. Somebody who doesn't let money go. For example, recently, John has become too tight-fisted. He didn't buy a gift for even his girlfriend's birthday. He is too tight-fisted. He doesn't spend any money. But a very formal alternative to stingy is parsimonious. Parsimonious. It's formal and it's advanced. Parsimonious is a person who's not willing to spend. For example, parsimonious people do not enjoy their money even if they're so rich, simply because they don't spend a penny of their money. They are parsimonious. My grandpa is parsimonious. The next negative adjective is naïve. Naïve. Pay attention to the pronunciation. Naïve. Naïve. It's not naive or naive. Naïve. What does it mean? A naive person is a person who's very simple, who believes everything he or she hears or sees. That person is naive. They usually don't have any experience of real life, and they can be easily tricked or be easily fooled by someone else. For example, students were so naive they believed all the fake stories their teacher told them. So the teacher was telling a lot of fake stories and the students were naive. They didn't have an experience of real life. They were naive, so they believed it. For example, the teacher said, yeah, last week I went to the moon, and the students were, but instead of naive, you can use an interesting adjective. Gullible. Gullible. A gullible person is a person who believes everything and who is easily tricked or easily fooled. That person is gullible. For example, Fred used to be a gullible guy. He would lend all of his salary to some of his colleagues who didn't even need any money. He was gullible. So his colleagues would say, Fred, please, we have nothing to eat, while they had money. And Fred was gullible and said, poor you, here you go. The last negative adjective of this lesson is arrogant. Arrogant. An arrogant person is a person who is very proud and looks down on other people. Look at you peasants. I'm arrogant. I'm better than you. I'm more important than you. And I'm too proud. I'm arrogant. For example, we have a very arrogant manager in our office. He's very arrogant. Nobody likes him. But instead of arrogant, what else can you say? You can say conceited. Conceited. Pay attention to the way I pronounce it. Conceit. Conceited. Conceited. A conceited person is someone who thinks they are better than other people. They don't respect others. They think they are more important than anyone else. For example, the workers were fed up with the conceited manner of their boss. The workers were fed up with the conceited manners of their boss. Who do you think you are? I'm not gonna work for you anymore. I'm fed up with your conceited manners. Another adjective with the exact same meaning is vain. Vain is someone who's too proud of his or her appearance and achievements. For example, some vain celebrities do not stop admiring themselves. They think they rule the world. They think they are so better than everyone else. They are vain. They just talk about themselves. Okay, enough with the negative adjectives. Now, let's see how to use these adjectives in a dialogue. Let's go. Why do you think our manager is so aggressive sometimes? I don't know. Maybe because he had hostile parents in his childhood, or a belligerent teacher. Or maybe he had a tight-fisted father who didn't spend money to make him happy. But he doesn't behave aggressively all the time. He believes whatever we say easily. He's a bit gullible. I believe some conceited workers make him angry sometimes. Some of our workers are so self-centered and just think about themselves. Yeah, you're right. Now, it is time to learn some positive adjectives. But before that, let me tell you something. Do you want to have the summary of this lesson and all other lessons of mine on YouTube in a PDF file for free? Yes, that's right. It's entirely free for my YouTube subscribers. You can download my free English book. This book has more than 400 pages of lesson summaries of all my YouTube videos. You can simply download it, read the lesson summaries. There is a link to each video lesson, so as you are reading the lesson summary, you can watch the video lesson. And there are some review sheets for you so that you can go back, review the lessons, and fully learn everything that I'm teaching here on YouTube. And as I said, it is entirely free. How can you download it? Simply click on the link above my head, go to my website, enter your name, email address, and download. You will receive the book in your inbox. And one more thing, I have started channel memberships. Do you want to become a member? I have two plans, POC Crew and POC Elite. As a member of my channel, you will support my work, and for the POC Elite members, I will have exclusive live video lessons 2 times in a month, and you will be telling me what to teach. If you want to join my channel, become a member, and support me, simply click on the link above my head. And now let's get back to our lesson, and let's begin talking about positive personality adjectives. The first adjective we're going to talk about is outgoing. Outgoing. Who's an outgoing person? An outgoing person is a friendly person. He or she is a sociable person who likes connecting with new people, who likes making new friends. But instead of outgoing, what other adjectives can I use? I can simply say sociable, a person who likes to socialize with other people, a person who may have a lot of friends. For example, Kathy is a sociable person. She makes a lot of new friends during parties. She's very sociable. She approaches other people, they start talking, they hit it off, they exchange numbers, and boom, they're friends. But a more advanced alternative is gregarious. Yes, gregarious means sociable. It means outgoing. Gregarious. For example, Scarlett is a gregarious girl who loves traveling with her friends rather than on her own. She loves being surrounded with her friends. She doesn't want to be alone. She doesn't want to do things alone because she is gregarious. She loves connecting with the society. And finally, you can say extroverted as opposed to introverted. An extroverted person is a person who enjoys spending time with other people. For example, Jenny has an extroverted character. She enjoys communicating with her friends and even strangers. She is an extroverted person. The next positive and simple adjective is smart. Smart. A smart person is someone who reads a lot, who knows a lot, who learns a lot, and who is very clever and intelligent. But instead of smart, what else can you say? Yes, you can say wise, clever, intelligent, but let's learn some different alternatives. You can say quick-witted. Quick-witted. A quick-witted person is someone who can think quickly in different situations and come up with brilliant ideas. They are problem solvers. They always come up with excellent ideas to solve different problems. They are quick-witted. They can think quickly. They can decide quickly. They are quick-witted. For example, John is a quick-witted worker. He always comes up with effective solutions. He is quick-witted. Another alternative is bright. Bright. Yes, you can say today is a bright day because the sun is shining, but you can also use bright to describe people. A bright person is a smart person. For example, I think John's children are very bright. They know how to play the guitar, the violin, and the piano. They are very bright. It means they are smart, clever, intelligent. Another positive adjective is polite. Polite. A polite person is someone who shows respect to other people, who never disrespects others. That person is polite. He is never offensive. He never makes others feel bad because he or she is polite. But instead of polite, what can you say? You can simply say respectful. For example, students were so respectful and admired their teacher by giving him beautiful gifts. They were really respectful. Here you go, my beloved teacher. Instead of polite, you can also say courteous. Courteous. Courteous is a formal word for polite. For example, my chemistry teacher is an old man who's very courteous. He's courteous. That means he's polite, he's friendly, and he shows respect. He's courteous. Another alternative is affable. Affable. An affable person is a person who's friendly, who's pleasant, and who's easy to talk to. You enjoy talking to them because they are affable. They are polite, they show respect, and at the same time, they're very pleasant. My affable host offered me something to drink and made me feel at home. She was so affable. The next positive adjective is honest. An honest person is somebody who never lies, who always tells the truth. That person is honest and you can trust an honest person, right? But instead of honest, what else can you say? You can say frank, although it's slightly different in terms of meaning. But frank is a good alternative. But what does it mean? A frank person is somebody who always says what he or she thinks without hiding any of it. Even if it makes the other person feel sad or feel bad. That person is frank. They are really honest, but they do not think about how what they say may make the other person feel. That person is frank. Well, I would say it's not bad to be frank, but it can sometimes make other people less comfortable. For example, Jenny was so frank with her colleague and told him that his report was not any good. She was so frank. So she took a look at the report and said, what the hell is this? She was right. The report was bad, but she perhaps made her colleague feel a little bad. In any case, she was honest. She was frank. Another alternative is candid. Candid. But what does it mean? If you are candid, other people can trust your words. They can trust what you say because you're candid. You're honest. They believe in what you say. You're candid. For example, Jack is so candid, his parents believe whatever he says because he's candid. They know that he never lies. And finally, the last positive adjective of this lesson is generous. Now, you know a generous person is a person who likes giving and helping other people. That person is generous. But instead of generous, what other alternative adjectives can you use? A very fancy alternative to generous is benevolent. Benevolent, but what does it mean? A benevolent person is someone who genuinely tries to help other people, either by spending money or time. That person is benevolent. For example, my grandpa was so benevolent, he spent half of his money on building houses for poor families. He was really benevolent. He tried to help the poor. Another adjective you can use is charitable. Charitable. But what does charitable mean? A charitable person is eager to help others. For example, I have to say, Mr. Smith is a charitable man with a big heart. He's a charitable man. He enjoys helping other people. He's charitable, he's benevolent, he's generous. All right, we have learned a lot of positive adjectives to describe somebody's personality. Now, let's see these adjectives in action. Can you tell us about your personality? Of course, I'm a sociable person. I'm very good at communicating with customers. People say I'm a very honest person, but sometimes I can become very frank and tell the truth even if it makes others upset. Great! We need a gregarious person for the position. The position also needs you to come up with new ideas. But you've shown that you are bright. Yes, in my previous workspace, I was one of the most quick-witted people. So why did you quit your job? Honestly, the manager was not respectful to his workers. While he seemed generous outside the company, he didn't treat his employees well. I want to work with courteous people. That is the end of this lesson, but hey, I'm not letting you go without a quiz. Are you ready? Let's take a look at the first question. While John is so benevolent, his colleagues are too and don't spend a penny to help others. Tight-fisted, gullible, or conceited? Yes, conceited. A conceited person is someone who thinks he or she is better than others and doesn't respect other people. So, his colleagues are conceited, while he is benevolent or generous. Question 2. Elon Musk is a very person. He has created new businesses with his new ideas. Extroverted, bright, or benevolent? Yes, bright, which means smart and intelligent. And finally, the manager has a character. He always looks down on his employees. Hostile, self-centered, or conceited? Yes, conceited. Although you could say he's also hostile, but conceited is someone who looks down on other people. And that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, click subscribe. See ya!